The Chicago Bears have won 3 games in a row for the first time in the Matt Eberflus era, and we're going to talk about it here on Bears Now by Chat Sports. My name is Harrison Graham. Instant reaction here on the channel. The Bears bludgeon the Jags in London 35-16. Caleb Williams have a day. We'll talk about it all, a lot of angles as the Bears head into the bye week on a high note. We should get the dubs in the chat. Just sprinkle a couple dubs in the chat. I mean, let's go. Let's freaking go, baby. Type W if you're fired up about this Bears win. I don't see how you couldn't be, because you're seeing what you want to see. The young quarterback balling out. The defense getting the job done despite being undermanned. Special teams doing what they need to do. Cairo Santos had a field goal tipped late in the game, but when Cole Kmet is having to serve as your long snapper, I think all things considered, you feel pretty good about that. We'll explain why that was the case a little bit later with some injury news that we'll discuss. But today, more than anything else, is about the quarterback. His name is Caleb Williams. 23 of 29, 226, 4 touchdowns. Did throw a bad pick. I thought Shane Waldron got a little greedy on a 3rd and inches play action shot. It was there if it's a better ball. He needed to put more velocity and throw it to the front left pylon. Instead, he floated it, left it way short. It's just bad pass. I would have just handed it off, get the first down, keep the drive going. But bad ball from Caleb. The deep ball accuracy is still a work in progress. It's been better the last couple of weeks, but clearly that was a bad one. But other than that throw, he was basically perfect. I think his intermediate passing, 10 to 20 yards in between the hashes especially, is elite. He is an elite intermediate passer. He could throw with touch, velocity. The quick game is excellent. He threw a couple of goal line fades. One was a fade, one was a corner that were absolute dots. One was a kind of a slant out corner behind concept to Cole Kmet, where the defender has to choose the flat or the corner. Lofted it perfectly to the corner to Kmet. Threw a goal line fade to Keenan Allen, which I usually don't love goal line fades. Absolute perfect ball to the back pylon to Keenan. And probably the best throw of the day was 3rd and goal from the 9. Keenan Allen runs a seam shot just straight to the goalpost, and the defender has front side leverage. What does Caleb do? Throws it with anticipation to the back shoulder. Keenan sees it, catches it with both hands, touchdown Bears. It's just an elite throw. It's an elite throw, and you are seeing a quarterback grow exponentially week by week by week by week. He's passionate with the way he plays. His teammates clearly love him, and he's just gaining a lot of confidence, man. He's feeling himself. Had a couple of pretty long scrambles in this game. Rushed for 56 yards on just 4 carries. When it's not there, he's taken off. The only mistake he made, it wasn't even one that he forced. It was just a bad throw. He just didn't throw the proper type of deep ball. When he floated it initially, I was like, oh, man, they bit on the 3rd and inches. And the safety it was like a fair catch. It was just not the type of velocity throw that needed to be made there. But again, I will live with mistakes like that when he's playing like this, because he is just so confident right now. I like that the Bears are embracing some up-tempo throughout the course of the game. He's clearly comfortable doing that. They're wearing defenses out doing that. And as Caleb grows, the running game has grown. DeAndre Swift, for 3 games now, has been awesome. 91 yards again today, added 28 receiving, well over 5 yards a carry there. I mean, this team is just rolling. And I get it. It's been the Rams undermanned. It's been a bad Panthers team and clearly not a great Jags team. But the Panthers were coming off a good 2-game stretch. The Rams were coming off a win against the Niners. The Jags were coming off a win against the Colts. You can only play who you play. And the Bears are just killing teams right now. They've scored 95 points in the last 3 games. I would gander to say weeks 4 to 6, they are maybe leading the NFL in points per game. We'll have to wait and see by the end of week 6 here, but they're rolling offensively, and I don't see how you can't be excited. And one more thing before we get to some of the receivers. The Bears have a screen game. We've never seen this since Matt Forte back in the day. The Bears have a screen game. Give Shane Waldron his flowers. The play, the first touchdown, by the way, the Cole Kmet, fake screen. Kmet up the seam. Caleb lofts it to him. Just a beautiful play design. I mean, I'm not saying the guy's perfect, but he's clearly found his groove as a play caller. The Bears have it rolling offensively, and you just can't help but be fired up. Let's get to 105,000 subscribers. We're less than 300 away. If you're watching live right now, if we get to 105,000 during the live stream, we are giving away a free Bears jersey here on Chicago Bears Now. We go live every game day, every Monday, which is tomorrow, every Thursday. We publish videos every single day reacting to the latest news, rumors, injury updates, which we will get to before we wrap up this post-game show. Sub for Bears dubs, 3 in a row for the first time in the Matt Eberflus era. We'll talk about some of the receivers and the defense here in a moment, but first, we do have to show some love to our sponsor, that is Prize Picks. I just hit my Prize Picks, the first part of my Prize Picks entry. Hopefully the second part hits. The way it works is simple. You choose lineups, 2 to 6 players. Can crossover sports, can all be within one sport. Doesn't matter as long as you have 2 players on different teams. You are good to go. Sign up today at prizepicks.com/CLNS. Use the code CLNS to get a deposit bonus up to for $50 once you just play for $5. $5 entry gets you $50 regardless if you hit or miss on that entry. First box of this 2-player entry I've got this week has hit. Caleb Williams more than 224.5, due for 226, just got there. Darnell Mooney, I've got him at 51.5 receiving yards, so hopefully that part of it hits as well. 5 to win 15, and again, even if you miss, you're going to get a $50 bonus when you first sign up with code CLNS. You could turn $10 into $1,000 with as little as a 4-player correct entry, given the type of entry it is. So go explore on Prize Picks. Pick more, pick less. Daily fantasy made easy at prizepicks.com/CLNS. Use the code CLNS. We got to talk about Cole Kmet. He did it all today. First touchdown, I mentioned the fake screen right, fake screen left, slips up the seam, breaks a tackle, extends, and scores. Caught that lofted corner route from Caleb in the red zone as well for a touchdown. Oh, and by the way, he was your long snapper for the final 3 quarters. Scott Daly left with a knee injury, and they declared it early, so it's probably a major injury. I would guess he's done. We'll have to wait and see. But Cole snapped the ball pretty well. Some of his snaps were a little high, but it maybe only affected 1 kick. The last one was a field goal that got tipped with a few minutes left. Could have thrown the timing off, but all things considered, it looked pretty good. Now, I'm glad we didn't see it because that meant the offense was humming. I selfishly kind of wish we would have seen him have to snap for a punt. 15-yard snap's a different deal, but that did not happen. But Cole Kmet did it all today. Good to see Keenan Allen get involved. 5 catches, 41 yards, 2 touchdowns. Had a key 3rd down conversion late in the game to extended drive. The route running is still excellent. He's clearly not super fast. He never was, but even now it looks like he's lost a little speed. But the quickness is still there. The route running is there. On those quick routes, he can still help you in a major way, and we saw that today. I just like how they spread the wealth around. Rome Odunze, 2 catches, 40 yards. I mentioned Swift caught some balls out of the backfield. DJ Moore only had 4 catches for 20 yards. It was his week last week. This week it was Keenan and Cole's. Like, you got weapons everywhere. Roshan had a nice catch on a little check down where he tipped it to himself and converted a first down. You're just getting contributions from everyone, and that's what you want out of a good offense. Like, everyone get involved. Cole, you eat. Keenan, you eat. Next week it might be DJ. Could be Rome. I thought this would be the big Rome week. It was the big Keenan week. So it's exciting, man. It's really, really exciting. Over 6 yards per play. How about the balance? 29 passes, 29 runs. Bravo, Shane Waldron. Bravo. Other than the 1 interception from Caleb, you almost pitched a perfect game offensively. You really, really did well. Let's shift to the defense now because we got to give this defense its flowers. No Jaquan Brisker, no Tyreek Stevenson. Kyler Gordon left this game with a hamstring in the 3rd quarter. Keep an eye on that. Those can be tricky. Bye week coming at a good time there. DJ was a little nicked up in this game, played through it, but he had a left shoulder thing going on. So I know the Bears are rolling, but this is probably a good time for the bye. A couple other guys on IR that could return as well. But you hold Jacksonville to under 300 yards. And most importantly, this right here. The run defense has not been great to start the year. You shut that shit down. And that was important when you had 2 secondary members out and really 3 for the second half. Once Gordon went down, you had to stop the run first, and you did. You get a couple takeaways. Awesome interception from Josh Blackwell as he came in to replace Gordon. TJ Edwards had an awesome peanut punch. They had 3 peanut punches today. One was overturned to an incompletion from Tremaine Edmonds. That was really bang, bang. TJ Edwards, then another one on a kickoff that Jacksonville recovered. Hits principles, baby. Shout out Charles Tillman. The defense was great. Their streak continues in terms of consecutive games of giving up 21 points or less. You have to go all the way back to the Lions game last year, the first one where Detroit scored twice in the final 4 minutes to beat the Bears. So I don't know how many games it is. It might be 11 or 12. I'll have to get that exact number after the show today. But the defense was excellent. Trevor Lawrence made some plays. The receivers made some plays. Evan Ingram kind of torched the Bears, 102 yards. Gabe Davis had a couple touchdowns. You knew they'd make some plays against a beat-up secondary, but all in all, you completely outplayed this team. And look at that fourth line. Crisp, sharp, penalties. You only had 2 for 10. They had 8 penalties for 43 yards. So just a complete performance. Couple of minor mistakes throughout the game. I mentioned the Cole Kmet high snap leading to the field goal block. You had the Caleb pick, but all things considered, you come over to London and beat the Jags' ass 35-16, that's a job well done. That is a job well done for the Chicago Bears as they beat the Jags 35-16. Grade the Bears' Week 6 performance, A, B, C, D, or F. Let us know in the comments section down below. I mean, it's got to be an A. You're undermanned in some spots, and you just bludgeon Jacksonville. And just think about this, too. The Jags just paid Trevor Lawrence $200 million guaranteed. And take the money out of it. Is there a single GM in the NFL that would take Trevor Lawrence over Caleb Williams, regardless of the money? I say no. With the money, it's a clear no. I mean, you got to be feeling great about Caleb Williams and where this franchise is going with him, because this guy has the full toolbox. And if he starts dialing in the deep ball a little bit, watch out, because this guy very quickly could be one of the top 5 or 10 quarterbacks in the NFL. We love you. We appreciate you. Subscribe to the channel. If anyone in the Florida area was impacted by the hurricanes the past 2 weeks, our thoughts are with you. We hope you guys are doing well. And thanks to anybody who tuned into this show, regardless of where you're at. My name is Harrison Graham. For more Bears, for more Bears content, my voice is shot. Hit that subscribe button. Bear down.